All right, guys. Well, I have a few minutes and I'm at home, so I am going to continue on in the Psalms. And yes, I'm sitting on the floor. This is what we got. And so here we go. We're in Psalm 70. And Psalm 70 is only 5 verses. Kind of a far contrast from the last couple Psalms, which were pretty lengthily, over 30 verses each. But Psalm 70, 5 verses. Prayer for relief from adversaries, to the chief musician, a psalm of David to bring to remembrance. Simple, straight to the point, kind of like how I like things, simple, straight to the point. But he writes, "Make haste, O God, to deliver me. Make haste to help me, O Lord." And this really has to do with God's timing. You know, a lot of the time we say, "Hurry up, God," because we think he's going too slow. But so you know, God's going at just the right speed. We just want him to go faster. And so I love this because it points to the humanity of David, because he's like, "Lord, what's taking you so long? Like, my enemies are after me. What is going on?" So he cries out and he says, "Make haste to deliver me. Lord, please hurry up and deliver me." God's timing, we have to remember that God's timing is impeccable and it's always perfect. And most of the time, it's slower than we want. That's just a fact. But we have to learn to be okay with it and be patient with God's timing, because we have to trust the slow work of God. And he says, "Let them be ashamed and confounded who seek my life. Let them be turned back and confused who desire to hurt me, who desire my hurt." So he's like, may they fail. Essentially, he's like, may my enemies fail. And then he says this, "Let them be turned back because of their shame, who say, aha, aha." So he's talking about those who are trying to catch him, those who are trying to trap him, those who are trying to kill him. He's saying, may what they're working towards, taking me down, come to nothing. He says, "Let those who seek you rejoice and be glad in you. And let those who love your salvation say continually, let God be magnified." I love that. 2 things. Let those who seek you. So he's talking about believers. He's talking about those who follow the Lord. He's talking about those who constantly pray to God, depend on God. He says, here's what they should do. Rejoice. Rejoice and be glad in you. I love that. Just simple. Rejoice and be glad in you. Because sometimes we're discontent and we complain and we're unhappy. And so David's like, let all who seek you rejoice and be glad in you. You understand, like, if you look at the studies on thankfulness, it's crazy how, it's amazing how cultivating an attitude of gratefulness affects the mind and the physical and all. I mean, there's been countless of studies done, which God already knew this. This is how God created it. He already knew the benefits of gratefulness. He already knew the benefits of music and rejoicing and worshiping him, which is why he prescribed for us to do it. We get to do it. We get to rejoice. We get to be glad in the Lord. And let those who love your salvation say continually, let God be magnified. And that is one of the main points. Let God be magnified. When you take a magnifying glass and put it up to something, it's going to make that something bigger. And it's going to make it bigger than it is. But think about the Lord. We magnify God. Like, we can't make him bigger than he is. I mean, we only have so much language to describe how amazing God is, but we are to magnify him. In that, we are to make him big and sovereign and in control and omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. Like, we are to magnify him, to push our focus on him so others will see him and not us. Magnify God. Let God be magnified. And David ended with this, "But I am poor and needy." Just being honest, being vulnerable, not acting like he has it all together when he doesn't. He's like, I'm needy. I am poor and needy. And he wraps this up with what he said in the beginning in verse 1, "Make haste to help me, God." Make haste to help me, O God. But he recognizes something here. He adds something on. He says, you are my help and my deliverer. You are my help and my deliverer. David understood that God was his deliverer. Do we understand that? Are we living like we're defeated, or are we living like we're delivered? We are called to live like we're delivered because we are. And the last line David says, O Lord, do not delay. Again, it's humanity. It's hard to wait. But think about, it's hard to think about all the verses right now, but there's a lot of verses about waiting on the Lord, how God's going to strengthen you in the waiting, how waiting produces godly characteristics within us as we wait. It grows us in patience. It grows us so many ways. We don't like waiting, but oftentimes God is preparing us for the next thing. He's preparing us for when that promise comes to pass. And that's a good thing, because God knows that timing. We don't. No way. God knows that timing, though. God works in the waiting, always. Anyway, guys, that is Psalm 70, 5 verses. Psalm chapter 70, only 5 verses. Hopefully that encouraged someone. God bless you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Keep your eyes on Jesus.